Morning, everybody. It's the 2nd of July. We're Signal Centre Talking Ball. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Steve O'Hare and Ian Coleman. Morning, guys.
Morning.
All okay?
All okay.
You? Yeah, good. You watched the mighty Arsenal thrash Norwich yesterday?
Did you now?
Yeah, bottom of the table.
I watched the mighty Hammers thrash Chelsea.
Yeah, that was a good game, wasn't it?
That was a great game, yeah. Yeah, pretty fair result in the end, I think. Well, probably a fair result will be a draw, but...
that goal in the first half, though, that was ruled out.
Yeah, mind-boggling.
Ridiculous. It's crazy, isn't it?
No, I just sort of don't know where that VAR's not doing itself any favours whatsoever.
No. No.
Just bizarre.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Anyway.
Just sort of like what they should do instead of VAR, just get to a player from each team and just have a fight.
I think,
like whoever wins.
Ice hockey rules or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get 2 minutes just to have a ruck, and then we get on with it.
Sounds like a plan.
Right, shall we talk about some markets then? Has anybody got anything particularly that they want to mention? I saw that there was a big move on the risk side yesterday on the hopes of a vaccine from Pfizer and from some other German company that they've been working with.
Bit better data out of the US as well, wasn't there, I think?
Yeah, officially out of recession now, aren't we, according to the data? 2 consecutive quarters of GDP.
I'm looking out onto the car park and seeing no cars parked, so I don't think we're out of recession yet.
No.
Non-farm payroll should be fun and games today.
Yeah, so we have that at 1:30 today. Anything on the charts particularly standing out?
Yeah, I'll have a little flick around if you like.
There you go.
I thought this was quite interesting. Dollar CAD. So decent move to the downside, and then a bit of consolidation yesterday, and then it's just come up to retest that breakout level. We've actually got bespoke resistance at 16, and it made a 11 high, so might have missed that one. The actual measure move target's down here, which is at 133.15. And I thought euro dollar was quite interesting. I actually thought that this sort of bearish channel and it would just keep on grinding lower, but obviously with that dollar index now moving quite aggressively lower on risk on, it started obviously reverse effect on euro dollar. I was just wondering whether or not we're going to get capped here. That would actually, the fact that the first rally was rejected close to 61.8%. A full A, B, C, D takes us to there, which is 60, and then we got a 78.6% retracement at 68. So that would actually form a Gartley up there. And why I quite like that is correlation. So cable is still grinding high, but we've got this swing high around about 125.40, and then if we go to this chart, euro sterling, again an impulsive move to the downside, so any moves higher should be corrective, but I do like the fact that you got the 50% fib lining up with the channel top, previous swing high here, so it might stall around 90.80. But this morning we've had some better than expected figures out of unemployment figures out of Germany. We've posted outside bars in euro sterling, which is one of the things I look at quite a lot. Not engulfing, but actually outside, so completely taking out the previous candle on 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours, and at 10 o'clock, potentially 3 hours.
I thought you said 50 minutes for a second there. You said 15.
15.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I've not 50-minute
charts. Charts. I do some weird things.
That's a niche setup, that is, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's looking quite bullish. 13 count. There's DMARC projects a stop around 90. So I quite like that for correlation today. That's my waffle finished.
Interesting. I'm going to just chuck up some charts here. Looking at gold first of all. This is well, we saw a bit of a sell-off yesterday on the back of that news about the vaccine and other good news data-wise coming out. But just back down to trend support, I think we've got here on the very short-term charts. This is the 60-minute chart. Obviously, we've been speaking about the longer-term trend with gold, which is obviously still very good, very much in a bull market, and dips should be bought, in my opinion. And we've got a nice little pulled back to this trend line here, and we seem to be having a little bit of a go at a bounce. So still looking to buy gold on dips. I was looking at 17.45 on the intraday analysis, but in the last hour or so we've seen a decent bounce from that trend line, so we may that may start the push higher. So I'm looking at that potentially for the gun to the head. Potentially, I've got another one lined up. Silver as well, that sold off following that breakout, and is posting some interesting looking candles over the last 60 minutes or so. A bit of an outside candle there, and pushing higher above the high of the previous hour. So that looks quite interesting for a bit of a turnaround as well. Equities bullish, obviously on the back of that data and vaccine hopes yesterday. So that turnaround yesterday on the FTSE around about midday. Really strong candle from 1 o'clock onwards, and the strength's been present ever since, really. Similar situation on the DAX too. That's looking even better, in fact. Broken above yesterday's highs, or the highs from the 30th, and heading towards where I've got some resistance up here at 12,575. So looking at selling it there. A bit speculative, but we're going to be, I think, maybe looking a little bit exhausted following this move from the lows up to there, and with a tight stop above those highs there may represent some decent risk reward. Looking for a 7R on that, 7.5R on that today. So let's see how that does. So that was what was of interest to me. Steve, have you got anything on your charts?
Yes.
I've
got a little bit of, I think, decision time. And I'm looking at, I've highlighted, I don't know why I've highlighted it, sterling yen. So I might look at that for the gun to head, but I'll give you the reasons why. So, again, cable, we talked about this yesterday, this channel breakout. We thought that it would start weak at the start of the week, which it did, and we thought it'd turn around midweek, which it did. So that's all working out nicely at the moment. We've had the bullish engulfing on the daily chart. That was on the 30th. But you just have to look at these weekly charts. These spikes do get sold into, so that you have to have a bit of caution here. On the intraday, we're looking at targeting the 61.8% retracement. I'll stick to what I said, sterling yen, and the euro yen was the other one I'm looking at, which we can see that it's broken out of this long-term downtrend, resistance broken above it, come down and retested it and posted an inverted hammer, that's the weekly chart. We've got the bullish engulfing going back to the 22nd, so we've got a bit of a recovery coming from here, but we got this nice upward trending support line, which we saw, there you go, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock on the 1st. Reacted really nicely from there, then formed then engulfed that body as well. So that's looking pretty nice. So effectively, I'm looking at buying sterling, selling dollar, and buying euro, selling yen. So buying sterling, selling yen. So now I'm going to look at that for my gun to the head. I haven't really looked at it at all yet, but I should be buying sterling, selling yen if that all plays out nicely. The only other thing I wanted to look at was the FTSE. Again, it's a bit of a
nice trigger on that yesterday.
Yeah, very tough market to analyse. Yeah, we really hit it nicely yesterday. This is yesterday's trade idea, buying at 11 at 61. It was based on the upward trending support line with a stop below this level here, and it hit it quite nicely. The alert didn't go off, but one of our clients reminded us that we'd been triggered, which is great, and something that we're looking to do is automate these signals. It's very tough to analyze all these markets and keep an eye on everything and make sure all the alerts work, and we update things accordingly. So working on that, but yeah, a nice little rally from there, but we are in this symmetrical triangle. Momentum is pretty flat, so again, you'd look at maybe selling this rally here or buying the dip here until we get a breakout. At the moment, it feels like equity indices may be going higher again, but there's just another tweet around the corner, so you've got to be very careful with them.
Yeah.
Copper broke above a significant level the other day, the 270 level, and it's pushed nicely higher. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we've got a lovely bullish channel continuing to correct higher. This looks a little bit overextended on a weekly basis, and we're looking at coming into serious resistance levels around 282. So copper 274.50 trading, still some upside in it, I think. Looking to buy the dip today, but we got some decent long-term resistance ahead of us, so again, be careful out there. Silver, I'm sort of like I'm sort of fading this today after the sell-off yesterday. I'm going against you on that, on your gold idea.
Might not be my idea.
Yeah, well, you won't remember.
I've had something else.
Yeah, so we've had this nice turnaround yesterday, and we've broken back below the 18. Well, 1838.39 was the key resistance. It just took it out, but didn't manage to close above it, and it's reversed nicely from there. So potential for a double top if we get to break 1696, but that's a bit of a way off, so don't worry about that too much today anyway. That's me.
Lovely, thanks, Steve. Okay, so gun to the head yesterday. Again, or not again, but Steve, you saved the day yesterday for us.
Well, it's about time. It's about time.
3R, wasn't it?
Let's have a
No, it wasn't
quick
3.
look.
It was less than that. It's 2.3 or something.
Zoom in. So we had 3 trades yesterday, highlighted there. I went long of euro sterling and stopped.
No, that's not right, is it?
You went long of sterling Swiss.
Oh, I thought I went long on footsie. Oh no,
No.
that was on the normal trade. Sorry.
No, so you looked at. Ian and I went on
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Euro sterling and euro Swiss, and then you went for the one in the middle, which was sterling Swiss,
Yeah.
and as a result, you hit target on that 2.33R, 70 ticks, nice one, and had a little bit of a push up in the P&L overall as a result of that, following a little bit of a drawdown. So I'm tempted to draw a line from that high there across because it's just held that support really nicely following the breakout.
Retested. Yeah.
In fact, I can't not do that now. How do I draw a line on
my
here?
God. Now you just got to work out how to draw a line on that.
Yeah, shapes, found it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
You
look
just
at
don't have
that.
enough time.
Yeah,
You've got too much time on your hands, rather.
it's held
Look at
support.
that.
Held support,
Oh.
lovely.
That means all 3 of our trade ideas will work today. If they
Yeah.
see it.
Oh, new highs today, you would have thought, wouldn't you? On the back of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go? I don't mind going. I teased you all with the gold, but the candle's not giving me enough of a good feeling on the hourly candle as we come into the close of that bar. So I'm going to take a look at CAD pairs. Before we went live, I threw out the idea to Ian that I'd be looking at CAD yen, which is a little bit exotic. It's not something I've done too much on previously because it's I don't know why, it's just not really one that's on my radar, but a nice bit of a breakout of a wedge there following a retracement to around about 50%. But I'm not going to go with that one. I'm actually going to go with dollar CAD. So we've seen a little bit of a reversal here. We've seen in a wedge correction, a breakout of that today. I'm looking for a move down to, well, replicate this move down again from the break of the wedge down to 34.45, and I'm going to get short now at 35.80, and I'm going to have a 35 tick stop, 3.86R.
Lovely.
Let's see how that goes. Who's next?
I don't mind going next.
Yeah, go.
So I said sterling yen after the 2 intraday trade ideas. I'm looking at sterling yen. Now, on a longer term basis, I like this on the weekly chart. There's a morning doji star reversal. That's an inverted hammer as well, which is a bullish candle. So that's good on the daily. That works well. And also you got this morning star here just recently over the last few days. And we saw the sell off yesterday and prices bought back. So we've broken above this level here of resistance, which was around 134. We're just trading above it. So that sort of backs my feeling I've got that we may go higher from here. So probably if I was doing this, I'd probably wanting to buy a dip around about 134, but we're higher than that. So we're 134.42 trading. I'll try and keep a tight, well, I'll keep the stop at 134, well, 133.92. Keep the stop there because I'd rather buy it at 134. So if it gets below there, it would get triggered. And look to target a move to 135. Oh, I've just changed my entry level, haven't I? 134.42, and I'm going to target a move to 135.75. How's that look? 1.6R. So I mean that goes against the intraday trade that we posted today, but we're sort of like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can't sort of. This is just what we're doing as a gun to the head challenge. The intraday trade has been a bit more thought about, so that's just a caveat.
Yeah, but the intraday trade is selling the rally where you're taking the profit, I think.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a little bit lower.
No.
Oh, yeah, 135.70, perfect.
Yeah,
so
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
two-way trading.
Sorry, we've just called the low and the top. That is amazing. It's funny. I looked at this and I looked at some. I can't remember. What
it was the little channel thing that probably threw you off.
Yeah, brilliant. Love that.
Well done, guys.
So 50% retracement. I'm heading for. So we've nailed it.
We work as a team.
Yeah. Even when we don't even mean to.
Yeah, just so in sync.
That just shows you how sort of. I think you do just become tuned into the markets.
Let's hope so, eh? Right, Ian, what have you got?
Won't be able to say that on a Friday morning.
No.
I've got to go with this euro sterling counter trend after all the waffle that I said earlier. So I've got correlation that I'm looking at. I'm looking at outside bars. I'm looking at head and shoulders forming. I'm looking at a DMARC 13 count that has a stop at 90. So I'm going long at 90.19, which is current price. 89.96 is the stop, and the target is 90.95 for a 3.3R.
Love it. You know what? I should show you from there. We should show you my euro sterling intraday trade idea.
Do they match up?
Yeah, they do. I'm looking at selling just in front of Ian's target.
I'm
looking at stopping out just in front. I'm looking at taking my profit just in front of Ian's stop. That's amazing.
Good.
There you go.
So I'm looking to sell a rally at that 90.75 with a stop at 91.00. So you're looking for the move up. Perfect.
Well done,
just
gents.
shows how our timings are just slightly
out of sync.
Well, yeah, but out of sync. But the sort of the
in and around the same areas.
Yeah. Sort of, shows the same areas. What you mean? Sport. Yeah. Everyone knows what I mean. They're all shaking their head, going, "Shut up!" Talking a load of rubbish.
What's he talking about now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so news-wise, yesterday we talked about it in the morning that the US stole all the remdesivir off of everybody. They've just hoarded it all for themselves, and apparently we can't get any for 3 months. We also then saw the positive results from a potential vaccine from BioNTech and Pfizer. So
that's the reason we sold it all, because we have got a different.
We've got all that. Well, Pfizer's. Yeah, we've got a pact with the Germans to get it all.
Brilliant.
So Fed minutes last night as well. That saw the committee discuss the need to outline their monetary policy intentions, opening up the possibility for a more transparent guide on where rates and asset purchases could go. The group also discussed the yield curve control mechanism, with the likes of gold standing to benefit if such policies were implemented, which is probably why we found some support on gold overnight and into this morning. Looking ahead, we have got a trio of data points due out at 1:30, the most important of which obviously is the non-farm payrolls, which is a day earlier than it usually is because it's a US holiday tomorrow. We also have the US trade balance and the weekly jobless claims coming out at the same time. So quite a lot of data out. We can maybe live stream that later if you're around, gents, and fancy it. Just a quick 10-minute show.
I might be paddleboarding later.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm about.
All right, cool. And then we've got 2:30. We've got Canadian manufacturing PMI as well. So a little bit of data, and I think this could be the last bit of action we get for the week, really, if the US guys aren't in tomorrow to help buy the dip on absolutely everything. So could be your last chance for some decent gains today on the markets.
You'll be in it to win it.
You do indeed. Okay, I think that is pretty much it, unless you guys have got anything else to add.
No, it's good. Oh, important football match going on tonight.
No, it's not. It's Liverpool Man City.
Yeah,
tonight, isn't it?
You'd think it was important, but it's not important anymore.
Is it tonight?
Liverpool have won the league. Yeah, it's tonight, Thursday, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame he didn't hold off to win the league tonight. That would have been nice, beating Man City.
That would
it?
have been good, yeah. But then we wouldn't have. They're going to give Liverpool.
Then you wouldn't
the
have been
guard of
spreading COVID over Liverpool for the last couple of weeks with all the mad celebrations.
honour. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we'll get a guard of honour from Man City, which obviously
Oh, that will hurt.
Yeah. Is it just the next team? Is it the team that the champions play against next, or does it have? Is it a guard of honour? It's just the team they play against next. It just happens to be Man City, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've got you in a couple of weeks, so you're not getting one of them from us.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I don't care. You deserved it.
No,
Okay, let's wrap it up there then, guys. Have a great day. We may be back at 1:30 with a little non-farm special.
yeah.
So we'll see you then.
Lovely.
All right.
All right,
Cheers.
enjoy
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Cheers.